G4 Tech TV. The Screensavers, followed by Cheat at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And then at Cinema Tech.
Do not attempt to adjust your television. It's not going to help. I'm still going to be here. This is the Screensavers, and I'm Kevin Pereira.
I'm Shilan Liu, and Kevin, I know I'm new to the show, but you're not Kevin Rose at all.
No, Kevin Rose is over there. He's standing in the lab.
Yes,
Dr.
indeed.
Rose, glad that you could join
Kevin.
us.
I am still here. Just so everyone at home knows, we wanted to tell you right off the bat, it was my decision to kind of step down as host and come here and to go back to what I love doing most, and that's dart tips. So I'm going to have a lot of computer stuff for you, a lot of hardcore tech, and some really good dart tips.
Cool. Before all
very
that,
excited about
how was the holidays? Did you have a good one?
Holidays was good. Went back to Vegas.
Yeah.
Kind of relaxed. Drank a lot of beer.
Nice.
Just kinda
Little World
kicked it
of
with some
Warcraft?
friends. World of Warcraft was awesome.
It's awesome, nerd.
I am so stoked about that game. Nerd? No.
What? No.
Wow.
It's a great game.
Wow. And the
It's cool.
guns are drawn.
You have to try it. It's a great game. I'm on the Dragon server on the West Coast. You can find me on the name of Debian or Sticky Icky. Either one. I use two different
Icky.
names.
Very cool. Well, Kevin, we're glad to have you, and
fabulous.
can't wait to see what you have later on the show.
Cool.
And Sarah's in the Nook. Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good. With all of the changes on the screensavers, I decided I better just stay put.
Yes.
So people out there didn't freak out
And
too much.
I don't think that that's going to help, but we appreciate the effort.
No, I think I am the voice of reason. See, everything's fine.
And how was your
Yeah.
how was your trip to Fan Festival?
The trip to Fan Festival. Well, I didn't actually eat any turkey because I don't do the whole turkey thing. Mm-hmm. But the tofurkey just left me cold. I had to take 3 naps after that. It was pretty good. But on this show, I know you all love celebrities, especially because it means when you talk to them, you can run tech circles around them. So that's exactly what I did. I stroked my geek ego a little bit with the help from the stars of the new movie Alexander, and I got some juicy behind-the-scenes info too. It's good stuff. But as we always do, I know you were wondering if I was going to say this, and I am. We're taking your live calls.
Yeah?
The number is 800-839-7880. And if you don't want to call, you can still email us through our web form at g4techtv.com/asktss. And we've got a new way to get a hold of us, IRC. Now, Mike over here to my left is going to be chatting with you guys throughout the show, and I'm going to get on IRC a little bit later. More info on that.
Nice smile from Mike too.
I know. Look at him. He's like, "What am I doing?
And who's
Put me here."
what's with the guy behind you with the shaggy head, talking on the phone, taking notes? Is he actually working, or is that?
He's the mystery guy.
Nice. Well, welcome, mystery guy. It's a new mystery guy.
We'll leave that to be unveiled later.
Yeah.
A little surprise for everybody a little bit later. Thanks,
Shilan,
Sarah.
I don't know if you noticed when I was clapping for Alexander, I was all alone. No
You were.
studio audience.
No one really wants to join you.
Yeah, nobody does.
Day or any other day.
And not only did the studio audience change, but obviously people are noticing there's been other changes, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, we have some footage taken. I don't know if we can roll it. We have some footage from the first day that. Before we get to that, I'm sorry. Thank you. Reformed hacker Kevin Mitnick is here with some amazing hacking stories. We'll get to the footage in a second. I know I got a little excited. I'm sorry. It happens. You know.
All right. And I'm going to take a closer look at the new iPod Photo and show you how you can play movies on it. Yay!
Yes, plus I got a chance to play with this right here. 2 screens of gaming goodness. Woo-hoo. It's the Nintendo DS. I played with it all Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of it. I think the fanboys will be quite proud. Now, I know I jumped the gun earlier. I'm really excited about this footage. I want to roll it. It's near and dear to my heart. Everybody has been so nice to me with the whole coming on and being the host and whatnot. I thought there was going to be a little animosity, perhaps even a little anger. So
None.
Around here, we went ahead and we filmed the first day that I found out. Take a look. The first day that I found out that I was going to be the new Screensavers host. So here's me coming to work, and this is actually my first meeting here.
Hey guys, what's up? Hope I'm not interrupting anything. Well, I just wanted to come by and say, I'm really glad that you guys have given me the opportunity to work with all of you. I'm super excited. I think that the new show is going to be really great, and I look forward to working with all of you. So, thanks.
Kevin.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you know what? Don't worry about what those guys said earlier. I think you're going to be the best host ever.
Really?
You really got it, kid.
Wow. Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Yeah, I will. You too.
All right.
All right. Awesome, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Knock, knock. Dr. Rose.
What's up?
Nothing. Now that I'm the new host, I was wondering if you have any, good dark tips for me or anything.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think Tom did a good
good
job.
show. Yeah, I'm
We had some
excited.
really good calls.
I think it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's up?
man.
Oh, hey, what's up, Kev?
What's up, Kevin?
You wouldn't believe how mean people are being around the office right now.
Really?
Really? That's
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's cool. But could you go?
We're kind of.
Also, am I in the middle of a taping
No, we're
for you
not
guys?
going to do
or no?
anything. I don't really think we should be seen with.
Yeah, and I don't really want you to ruin our show too.
Yeah, we
you
got
know?
something good going on here.
But I love the shirt. It's a great shirt.
But yeah, the door is just right over there.
And I think the Act 4 was awesome.
I know. Seriously, he really needs to leave. He's totally going to wreck that show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Feeling the love.
That's a special dark tip that Kevin gave you. Kevin.
It's one of his best.
Actually,
I think.
I got a little. I had a cold that day, so it was extra special.
Glad I could help you out, Rose.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, buddy. In fact, speaking of helping people out, if you've been on the boards at all, you know that online people are a little upset about changes. Nobody likes it when something that they're used to changes at all, and so we have such a
little
techie
anger.
crowd that I decided to make a little something I call the Anti-Fan Site Toolkit. You can check it out here. It's a series of Photoshop files. Here's one here. This is if it even works here. This is bentover.psd, and you can zoom out on it on your own. It's me in a compromising position here. Here's the bad TV T-shirt. You can change it. Just click on it. It's got a text layer, so you can make it say whatever you'd like. I like jailbait. I like that.
Jailbait
That's
is
good.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's good to get a little of that on television.
And what
here.
is this one here?
This is the Running Man, and you can see some samples that I made with the Anti-Fan Site Toolkit. There's the Bad TV T-shirt with 6 shooters. The TSS Killer. Feel free to change the text, whatever you'd like. This is the one that I think might get me into a little bit of hot water, because I understand people at home, when they get a file like this to work with their Photoshops, they might be a little confused. So I went ahead and put in the sub sandwich for them, and if they could go the other route, to the saxophone. We have
It's a
sub
hard
sandwich and saxophone. They're both very good.
Which one do you go with? Sub sandwich or saxophone?
I went right to sub sandwich, and just to make everybody happy, we've got the Form avatar, because I know people are going to be making animated ones, so I took a stab. We've got the Screensavers logo crushing me, lots of blood, and it's really, Chilon, it's all about upping the level of Photoshop's prowess. I want to give people the tools that they need to make fun of me the proper way. I don't want any crappy, below average Photoshop circulating.
My question
around
for you, Kevin, is what happens when you have kids? They're going to find these Photoshop pictures of you.
Yeah, they will.
They're going to find these animated GIFs of you doing something and something bloody happening to you.
It'll
and
be
then
a-
you
I think
have
this is
grandkids,
awesome.
And they're
It'll
going to
be a
Google
bonding
you,
moment.
and it's just going to be a problem.
I've got all kinds of crazy stuff going in your mouth right now. These are great files.
Thanks, Rose. I appreciate it.
I like
I
one where
expect
he's
nothing
bent
less.
over, personally.
At any rate, we really look forward to seeing what you guys create with the Photoshop Toolkit. So send in everything. It's available at our website at thescreensavers.com. Really crank out some good ones, guys.
Really,
Looking forward
about raising the level of Photoshop on this show.
Totally.
And we've got a new way for you guys to get your questions and comments to us. All you have to do is go and get on IRC to chat with Sarah. You can either use the Java applet at chat.g4techtv.com or use your favorite IRC client like Merck and connect to the server at irc.us.gamesurge.net. Then join channel #G4 Tech TV. Head on over to our website for links to our favorite IRC clients and the details for joining the Screensavers chat room.
Yes, now stay tuned because we've got lots more to come later. Find out how to MacGyver your brand new iPod into a movie player.
Awesome.
iPod Photo, of course. And when we come back, the world's most famous hacker, Kevin Mitnick, is here with some true stories from the hacker underground. It's all coming up when the Screensavers continue.
Welcome back. Kevin Mitnick spent 5 years in prison for his hacking crimes and 8 years not even allowed to touch a computer. Well, the Free Kevin campaign has been over for almost 2 years, and Kevin joins us now with the latest on what he's been up to. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, good to see you, Kevin.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I'm always excited when you come in because you have the craziest stories to tell us, and you just put out a new book on it.
Right, the book's going to be published in March of 2005, and it's telling the tales of real-life hacking events. Some that are very, very interesting, and some that the techniques weren't that clever, but the target was.
Right. So you went around and I know that for a while I saw on Slashdot and some other websites that you were soliciting hackers to contact you anonymously to give you these stories, though, right?
Right, anonymously, and some have come forward and actually used their real names because the statute of limitations has expired, so they have nothing to fear. But it was actually extremely difficult because I'd go to a lot of these hacker cons like CanSec West, DEF CON,
Right.
and Black Hat. I'd sit down with these guys at a table. They'd tell me this great story,
Right.
and that's great. I'm going to put it in the book. They go, "Oh, no, you're not." I
They
go,
don't want you-
"No." I go, "Why not?" "Oh, because we'll get locked out of the system." I go, "Oh, you just did this."
They're still in
yeah,
the
they're
system.
still hacking, right?
No
so I go,
way.
yeah,
So
yeah.
They were telling you like live exploits that they were doing right
yeah,
then.
exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Did
and I
you-
had no idea. I thought it was like a few years back, but it was right there.
Did you put any of that stuff in the book?
No,
at all?
I couldn't do it. I
They
needed
just wouldn't let you do
their
it.
permission. Yeah.
Did they have to sign a waiver or something, or were they just kind of give you a nod and walked away, or what was the deal? How did that work?
Well, people that were anonymous don't have to sign a waiver
Right.
because I don't know who they are.
Okay, so you don't even ask their name or anything like that.
No, some
Okay.
of them give it to me, and then I forget it after I've written this chapter. And then some people come forward. A couple of pen testers have come forward because they had really compelling stories, so I definitely wanted to tell their side of how they got into the system.
Yeah, so tell me some of the intrusion that's happened. So
Well, the
give me a
best
couple
one was
examples.
the best one. I think is the Las Vegas hack.
Okay.
These guys, they're at a casino, and one of the guys' girlfriend says, "Hey, you guys are into computers. How can we win more?
Right.
Win more money."
I've seen all the books. I came from Vegas. I've seen all about how to win at blackjack.
Exactly.
And all that stuff.
So what these guys do is they check with the patent office on this particular type of version of the video poker machine. It was made by IGT, and there's one version in Japan, and the patent office had the source code to the firmware.
No way.
So they get partial source code. So what they did is they buy a machine, they take it back east, they pull the chip off the board, they dump out the contents, of course, and then they write a disassembler. And
they
they disassemble the code, reverse engineered the
Yeah.
firmware in the video poker machine. And what they found is the programmers used one pseudo-random number generator. So what they were able to do, which means it would generate random numbers to display the cards,
Right.
or the next cards. So what they were able to do was write a computer program that would sync up with any video poker machine only if they knew 10 cards in play. Oh. Right. So what they first did is they'd see 10 cards, they'd write them down,
Right.
they'd run to the payphone, they'd set their Casio watches for a countdown, and the computer in New York would tell them when to hit the button. They'd hit the button, they'd walk back to the video poker machine, and precisely at that time, a royal flush would hit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
How did they? Is this still going on? I mean,
No.
like-
What had happened? This was in 1992.
Okay.
What had happened is they were doing this. They won nearly $1 million. They played a lot of the high stakes machines.
Right.
And one of the guys on the team got a little bit greedy, and he didn't want to wear this. They developed a computer that would tell them how to play, and they put it in their shoe.
Right.
But he put it in his jacket pocket. He didn't want to put it in his shoe. So the casino, and the eye in the sky, noticed
Right.
that he's fiddling in his pocket and he's winning. So these burly guys come, they slam him against the wall, they seize the device, and they took
They
all his
probably had
money.
no idea what the device
They
was.
didn't know
though,
what the
right?
whole idea, and they basically banned him from the casino, but he never ratted out on his friends.
Right.
So essentially they were never caught, and this guy was never prosecuted.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So can you imagine just reverse engineering firmware, and you could be a millionaire in Las Vegas?
That sounds good to me. But you ever get the you ever read some stories like this, or hear some stories, and just like, oh, I wish I could get back into hacking.
No. I think I had my
prison
time.
thing
Yeah,
kinda-
the prison thing and the fugitive thing kind of put that in my past.
Yeah.
The other interesting story, speaking of prison, is these guys were in a Texas prison for murder, 4 inmates. And what they did is, under the nose of prison authorities, they assembled these computer systems. They actually were able to make a connection from the internal prison network to the agriculture office that was outside the perimeter where inmates worked. And what they did is they created this whole network under the nose of the prison guards that was connected to the internet.
Really?
So they're here, using instant messenger, downloading games,
Those are
downloading
some smart prison murderers and whatnot.
Right. So now they
I
got
don't know
out.
how to do that. I mean, if I go to prison, how do they? Put
They
these
read
devices-
books. They were downloading hacker
Yeah.
tools. They basically set up a dial-in or remote access server in the agriculture department. It's connected to the internet. They backdoored like PC Anywhere, and they modified it so it wouldn't display the icon in the system tray. So now they were able to monitor all the prison staff on their computers. I mean, this goes,
way.
it's a long story.
Did
and I
they
don't-
use it to break out or find shifts when they were coming?
No,
Or-
what their whole purpose was is they
that?
wanted to learn a trade. They were interested in computers, so when they got out, they could make a good living. And today, these guys are successful in the computer business.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good success story then.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Now, what have you been working on aside from the book? I know that you were doing some kind of project you were telling me about as far as putting machines on the internet and seeing how long it took for them to be compromised.
Yeah, it's a really interesting project up in San Francisco, where Tech TV used to be. We set up honeypots, basically 6 machines, 3 of them with Windows, 1 with XP Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, with Zone Alarm, the free version of Zone Alarm, and then the Windows box and Mac OS 10.
And you just want to see how long until they get
We basically plugged it into the network, monitor this whole honeypot network, and within 4 minutes, the XP Service Pack 1 machine was broken into. 4 minutes. So your time to live on the internet without protection is 4 minutes.
Nice. Well, where can people? We got to run. Where can people read about that? Do you have more information about that on? You said USA Today is coming out with the story.
USA Today is supposed to come out with a story about it tomorrow.
Okay.
And you can read there. And I don't know if there'll be anything on a website. Maybe Avantagard, the company that actually set this whole thing up, might have something on their website.
Okay. Well, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, pleasure. I look forward to all your dark tips.
Nice.
You got to keep me up to date.
Yes, I'll definitely keep you up to date. That was reformed hacker and security expert Kevin Mitnick. Read more about his upcoming book, The Art of Intrusion, of course, at thescreensavers.com. Now, still ahead, if you ever wanted to look hardcore, we found the perfect thing. We're talking fake tattoo clothes with no ink required. And see how a flip book provides cutting-edge example for how to make a new iPod play video. That's all up next, so stick around. Check this out.
You get it card.
Hey everybody, welcome back. And by now I'm sure you all know about Apple's wildly successful iPod music player now comes in full color.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah,
it's got a great 2-inch screen, color screen, that has a diagonal transflective 65,536 color liquid crystal display that actually looks pretty good, albeit small. And now I've run out of breath.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of verbs for basically a tiny little screen on an iPod, so you can show your album art or your family photos or things like that. But you know, you
so
figured out something.
It's not designed to play video, but I try to make it play a little video anyway.
Yeah. So tell us all about it. You saw this tip on Engadget, right?
Right. So it's a new hack for the iPod Photo, and what it is you know how the iPod Photo, you can play slideshows on it, you know, dissolve in and out from one frame to another, you know, one picture to another. So it's kind of cool. So what we did was we actually grabbed a movie, put it into QuickTime, and had it break it up frame by frame.
Oh, okay. All right.
So let's say we had a minute worth of video, so then we came out with 29.97 frames. We had this great little video that I put on here, and we went ahead and put it on here. And the way that these things work is when you're actually scrolling through all of the images, it's almost like a flip book. Do you know what I mean? Like if you flip through a flip book really quickly, you get a type of animation, and that's what I'm going to show you to do here. So you load this movie that you just split up in QuickTime or whatever type of video player you want to do, and then you just load it onto your iPod, and boom, it just scans through. Just run through it quickly.
Oh,
look
excellent!
At that special movie.
Could you have picked a better clip? That's
Here's your dark tip.
Yeah. But you know, no, what's really cool is that with this, you can wind it backwards, and it's like my face is spitting on Kevin.
But we all know that that's not how it happened.
No, it's not. Well, that's a cool little hack. That's definitely
it's not
a very
too
cool
bad.
little hack. And if you play an MP3 along with it, that it could be like the soundtrack to the movie clip. You can almost watch a movie.
Almost. But remember, I mean, since you're kind of syncing it up, you know, frame by frame, it's like trying to sync up, why would
it's not worth
It's too hard.
basically.
Okay, well, so there are going to be a lot of photo hacks out there for the iPod Photo, I am sure, but you can read up about this one and others through a link on our show notes at screensavers.com.
Very cool.
Now I'm going to go join Brendan to find out what he's doing with that weird piece of clothing.
Brendan,
he has on, okay?
I've known
so
Brendan
hold on to my iPod Photo.
Absolutely. I've known Brendan to be hardcore, but this is...
You like that?
This
well,
is
Brendan,
awesome,
you're looking
dude.
pretty hard.
Yeah, I know. It's a change.
Pretty tough. So you... But the seams kind of give it away. I'm sure that you used a lot of ink this weekend. You just got it done. It's going to start scabbing.
I'm a little sore, but it's worth it. These are actually skin tight clothes that make you look like you have twos. They're from a company called Sleeves Clothing, and it's a little tight. I'm wearing the full length one where I've got the it's on my stomach.
And you're flexing it pretty bad right now.
I could say do some crunches. That's more than humiliating, but anyway.
I love where it gathers around the waistline area
right.
after it's stretched out in the belly. So why would anyone wear this?
Well, to get chicks,
really?
Essentially. Yeah. I mean, I haven't had more attention from ladies since, I graduated high school. Anyway, so you can have this, or you can have these T-shirts they have with these sleeves already built in, so you don't have to wear like the full body thing. The problem is I can't decide whether they're cool or not. You know what I mean? You get a lot of attention, but all right, there's a guy that's helping him plug is Michael Weiss. He's a men's figure skater, and I kind of think once you get in the realm of men's figure skating,
but he's so cool. He can do a triple axel.
I'm sure
Who
he's a
can
nice
do a
guy,
triple axel?
Anyway.
No one.
Yeah, here's his website right here.
Great.
He says, "Here's my new costume."
Oh wow!
Right?
Maybe that isn't so cool.
So maybe he says he skates to Led Zeppelin. So what do I know? But on the other hand, Brad Pitt has been seen wearing these things, so the women seem to like him.
That's pretty cool. That's 2 votes for cool.
Yeah, I figured we'd poll the audience. Maybe do you guys have any opinions on it?
We could ask the chatters, but the chat room's pretty much locked down with people spamming how much they hate me right now. So you got to give them a second. Give them a second. Maybe they'll let us know about the tattoos.
Sarah, did you?
Well, actually, since I have tattoos on my arms already, I don't really have a need for this.
Yeah, that's forgotten.
Did you believe me? Did you believe me? No. I'm actually wearing
the biker chick,
the t-shirt tattoo combination. I feel pretty dumb. Oh my God, look at me. I'm hideous. I don't want tattoos all over my arms. And now I realize it for sure. Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun for 5 minutes. Thanks, Brendan.
Look hot.
Great. Well, thanks, Brendan. Now here's Sarah with what's coming up next. All tattooed and everything.
That's right. Stick around. There's lots more to come on this show. Later, I'll have a behind-the-scenes look at the new film, Alexander, but not just any behind-the-scenes look. No, sir. And after the break, the Screensavers take today's tech news into a little piece of magic we call the feed. That's next, so stay tuned.
The Screensavers presents Game Characters on Their Day Off. Episode 1. Scorpion Goes Fishing.
Get over here! Come here! Finish him. Fatality.
Oh, the poor little fish got fried. That's what Scorpion would do on his day off.
Now the man's going to chow down on some good dinner, as far as I know.
He'd hang out and go fishing.
All right, welcome back to the show. I'm Shilan Liu.
And I'm Kevin Pereira. Coming up in this half hour, I'll have a very special Nintendo DS review straight from me to you.
Plus, Sarah sat down with the stars of the new movie Alexander for a behind-the-scenes look. And I have so much to say about that movie.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
And the guy with his thumb on the big censor button is going to be working overtime today because we're taking a live call. How about that?
That's awesome.
Yes.
Can't wait. Now it's time for something we like to call the feed.
Ah, yes.
All right, we found our top story on Engadget.com. The Cell processor, which will drive Sony's PS3, will be unveiled at the International Solid State Circuits Conference in February. Doesn't that just sound like a party?
Yeah, pocket protectors and chips and whatnot.
Right.
This is actually footage from an upcoming game. I think it's called Dark Sector. And we know it's going to be a next-generation game, but we don't even know if it has anything to do with the Cell processor. But, could be a cool chip. It's like multiple processors in one to help speed up multimedia.
It's going to be put in absolutely everything, including my shoe.
Yeah, it's going to be like in televisions and toasters and,
It's based off the G5 processor, though, right? Isn't that what they're saying? Up
I think so.
processor?
IBM's making it.
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting.
Is it?
It should be good.
We'll be ready when it comes out in like 2006.
Is this going to
right?
revolutionize chip technology?
It depends. We'll have to see when they come out with the announcement, the whole details of the chip, and how fast it is. But it sounds like it's going to be a good, solid processor if it's based off the G5 design, which is what the rumors say right now. So.
All right. Well, here's hoping they're right. We got another story. We found this one on the BBC website. Your face, my friends, is now even better than a fingerprint because we've got two corporations. There's a corporation working on biometric facial recognition. What you're seeing here is a dramatic recreation of that. This isn't the actual technology in use. This is how G4 gets around our facial scanning limitations. But a company called Aurora developed a 3D version of biometric scanning that is so sophisticated it can recognize the difference between a set of identical twins.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this has a lot of privacy people concerned. Think about being able to identify you that accurately anytime, anywhere. Yes, it might speed
like
things up at the
Minority Report,
checkout.
but during our time, so it's great.
Would you be willing to have your face scanned and put on file for later use?
I think it's being done right now.
Oh, that's right.
As we're doing the show.
Live.
All right. Also found on Engadget, a girl in Italy got some poor romantic schlub fined $391 for sending her an unwanted text message. You know what it said? It said, "Since you appeared before my eyes, I can't think of anything but you.
Yeah.
And the judge nailed him for harassment. So that's what you get for being a sweet romantic guy sending messages to those girls.
The guy did a high-tech pickup line, and he got fined $300+. I don't know if that's right. I mean, text messages cost, what, 5 cents? Maybe they should have fined him for that.
Why did she give him the number?
Right, that's
Why did
what
she
I'm
give him
thinking.
the number if she didn't want to be?
They must have been
She was
dating.
asking for it almost.
Maybe she didn't give him the number.
And that's what I'm sure he told the judge, and that goes far in court.
Maybe
I
he
know from
found it by
experience.
hacking or something.
Maybe he took
Maybe
her.
he's a hacker and he's crazy.
If they give
Kevin,
the number
how do
they
you get
want
away with text messaging Sarah all the time, all of these little love notes?
Is that you?
Sarah, no.
I'm
Wrong
uncomfortable.
Kevin.
I'm
Good
uncomfortable.
All right, now here's Sarah with some info for anime fans.
That's right. If you like anime, and I know that you anime people are some of the most rabid out there, you will not want to miss brand new episodes of the anime series Last Exile, which premieres December 6th at midnight Eastern Time. Last Exile features retro, futuristic action and adventure, flying cars, top-notch animation, folks. So check out our Anime Unleashed page at g4techtv.com/Anime Unleashed for more information and exclusive trailers of upcoming episodes. Yeah, it sounds like fun. Now when we come back, we'll take our very first live call! Hooray! And you've seen films hyped all over those entertainment shows, but my time with the big stars of Alexander was a little more unconventional by Hollywood standards. You'll have to stick around for that juice. We'll be right back.
The Screensavers, weeknights at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
All right, everyone, fire up your gaming PCs. We're playing Joint Operations Escalation in this week's Screensavers LAN party powered by NVIDIA. Use new weapons, vehicles, and team tactics to fight up to 150 players on the battlefield.
That's a lot of people.
Lots and lots of people. To register, just go to our website and click on Join Our LAN Party. That's where you get all the details and the links to get started. We'll see you Thursday for the Screensavers LAN Party.
Yes, and now Sarah's got a behind-the-scenes look at one of Hollywood's most hyped movies. I know it had a big opening weekend. It was huge.
That's right. And you know, you think Alexander, not so much tech, but I happen to have a fascination with movies that look like Braveheart and they act like Braveheart, but they claim not to be Braveheart, a totally different movie. So I got the chance to get the real scoop from the cast of Alexander. Check it out.
For the freedom and glory of Greece, Zeus be with us!
Oliver Stone's latest film dramatizes the life and the legend of Alexander the Great. On screen, a flawless visual epic. Off screen, not so much.
You're woken every morning at 6 or 7, you go for 3 or 5k jog, come back, do some physical training, push-ups, sit-ups, all that nonsense, and no breakfast. You have a little bit of lunch, like a couple of raisins and some sliced peaches and 2 pretzels, nothing. And then, you know, you'd have 1 meal a day at about 8 o'clock that evening, and even that meal was
Sounds fun. So barbaric. Any specific highlights I should know about?
Maggots in the raisins, sweat, diarrhea, throwing up, going number 3, sleeping next to the porta potty, ride bareback on a horse with a skirt on and nothing underneath.
Good times for that, Army. Really. But what about the rest of the cast? Say, drunken, disorderly King Philip, played by Val Kilmer.
Did you have to go through this horrible boot camp that everybody else is telling me about?
No, my boot camp was another unique hell.
Like?
Eating ice cream with Angelina Jolie around the pool in Marrakesh.
That really sucks.
Listening to all the new records. It was hard.
Ah, yes. Angelina. Lara Croft. The Tomb Raider. A video game goddess. Representing all that is good, all that is perfect.
I'm actually terrible at that game.
Are you?
I'm terrible. And the worst thing is now if I go to some kid's house and he's playing it, and then this happened to me a few weeks ago, they were like, oh, could you come because I can't get over this level? And I thought, I don't know how.
What's this, Miss Croft? Not a Tomb Raider expert? Angelina, you've broken my heart. Is everybody in this cast a technophobe?
No, I embrace it. I'm actually into circuit boards. Pretty heavy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like how? That's pretty hot.
That's hot.
Yeah. Like putting them together.
Build the perfect woman. And now I've got circuit boards and a piece of turkey flesh. So you do the math on that one. I would consider myself...
Do you know your way around a soldering iron?
You're getting so personal.
I take my journalistic career very seriously, sir.
A book that I wrote is the most expensive book of poetry ever sold over the internet.
Oh yeah? On eBay?
Yeah.
What did it go for?
$3,500.
You're kidding.
I wouldn't kid about my poetry.
Wow.
I don't know what fool paid for. Probably my mom.
Probably. But was she using AOL?
One thing that pisses me off is when you're on Macintosh with an AOL, you can't access a lot of websites and a lot of things.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's really stupid. It's Steve Jobs. Come on, buddy.
Well,
you're a genius. You need to take care of this thing.
I'll tell him that for you.
Do you think that might work? Wouldn't that be great if we were sitting next time? We're dude, that worked. We gotta change it.
The warriors have spoken. Mr. Jobs, I hope you're listening.
So I think what he meant was, I have browser issues. He was like, AOL, Mac, doesn't work. Steve Jobs, I hate you. I think he's having problems surfing to certain sites. Browser issues. Now, back to you guys, because this is my favorite part of the show, live call time!
Yes, get the delay button ready. It's time for our first live call. In fact, I guess Brian is on the phone.
Our first live call ever.
Yes, well, our first live call. Brian from Atlanta, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right, actually, all things considered. You have a question about video cards, right?
Yes, I'm shopping for some video cards online. I was just wondering what website I can find that on.
Okay. Do you have a video card in, like, a particular video card you're looking for, or just in general?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. There are a couple website search engines that you can go through. Some good ones are PriceWatch.
That's what I'm pulling up.
That's a good one.
Okay. PriceWatch.com is probably one of your best bets. They will list everything. Basically, independent vendors go on here and update with their deals and their items. So if you go down, you can select video cards, select the type you want or the price range you want, and then you'll see all the offers that, you know, certain shops have online to let you know. Always watch out for shipping and things like that, because sometimes they don't tabulate them. The other thing to keep an eye out for are the online deal sites, like fatwallet.com, and one of my personal favorites is woot.com. And they update like every day. I mean, sometimes you'll get robotic vacuums, sometimes you'll get flashlights, but, you know, generally you'll get computer-related products, and a lot of times they get, well, go to woot.com, pull it up. It's really
Another good one that you can go to is Google now has a search engine for shopping. And if you actually decide that you want a particular model of video card, you can just plug that in there, and it finds all of the deals from all of the shops and all of the sites and just compiles it for you right there. So that's really simple. And always good ones are MySimon and CNET.
Yeah.
All comparison.
Any of the general shopping comparison sites will take care of you, but I say PriceWatch.com is your best bet at first. Brian, thank you for the call, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Coming up after the break, Chilan, Kevin Rose builds a wireless fortress with the help of some very special paint, and I will give you a brand new look at the Nintendo DS. It's all coming up after these brief messages. Look at me playing.
Kids and adults, be sure to catch tomorrow's show. Moriarty from Ain't It Cool News will be here with the latest movie rumors and gossip.
That's cool.
Plus, we'll go behind the scenes of CBS's action drama NCIS. And one of the stars will join us here live on the set. Yay! Plus, the guys from DVDreview.com stop by with their take on this week's new DVD releases.
Very cool.
That's all on tomorrow's show.
That sounds
awesome.
Show. Chilan, on November 21st, something profound happened, something huge, something life-changing. No, don't. Whatever it is that you're going to go, stay away from that dark place. I'm referring to the Nintendo DS. It was released, and this is really the beginning of the handheld wars, Chilan. This is where it's all coming down. And I spent some quality time with it over Thanksgiving break, and I want to talk about it briefly. So if you want to play with Mario...
Forget about the family quality time during Thanksgiving break.
No.
Straight to the video games.
Time with my family is far from quality. I love you, Mom. But the DS really did give me a good run for the money. Like, it wasn't bad. I'm sitting there on the plane. The first game I want to talk about is Field of Magic. This is just quirky Japanese mini games where you have to do everything from rub goldfish out of a guy's stomach to, give a woman CPR and clean her off with a cloth.
Right.
So,
I played with this game a little bit, and I really like the fact that finally there's a game that you can use a stylus, because there's a reason why they built the stylus into this.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the intuitive controls. 2 screens, which is, I'll be honest, right now it's just a gimmick. There's no real game that takes advantage of it and makes, full use of the 2 screens other than giving you a map. But
wait a second, are you telling me that the game where you blow on the candles is a gimmick?
You try blowing on the DS while in the middle of a Southwest flight with 2 guys next to you looking at you like you're as crazy as you probably are. Not so hot. But the game that's a killer app, really, with the launch of every system, you need a killer app, and that one is Super Mario DS. Now, I don't have the Nintendo nostalgia factor. I didn't even own an N64. I would always go to my friend's house and play his. So, like, that part I could care less about. What I do care about here is that it's a fun platforming game, but the sad thing here is there's no analog control on the Nintendo DS. You have the D-pad, you've got the buttons, you've got shoulder buttons, but for some odd reason, Nintendo left out the analog control. So the game is pretty difficult to control, but with that said, it's still the same fun, Super Mario game that everybody knows.
Everyone loves it. It's a classic.
Yeah, as such, that is really the killer app to get. Then there's Spider-Man 2, and I'll briefly say this.
This is a cool-looking game. I mean, it has, like, 3D graphics, a background for a
that means nothing, Shilong. That means nothing. It's a 2D game with 2D gameplay, and the touchscreen is just, again, a gimmick here. It's par for the course, I know. So don't waste any time on Spider-Man 2. And the big finish here, Asphalt Turbine GT. It's more like cars made of like 20 polygons designed to show off the DS's 3D prowess. Doesn't really work. It's not fun to play. It's even less fun to control, and you need to stay away from it as well. So Nintendo first-party games, great. Field of Magic, good. You need to pick it up even though it is short.
Kind of a weird one.
The price point is right. And for those maybe a little bit disappointed with the DS, I'm not. I think it's good. Go out and get it. It will be a popular gift this Christmas. But Miyamoto announced that Mario 128 is in development for the GameCube, so everybody can relax. Sunshine's not going to be the only Mario-esque game for the GameCube. So
you think that the Nintendo DS is going to be a good buy at $150?
Oh, everybody's going to love it. Anybody under 20 is definitely already has one, and anybody over maybe is asking for one for Christmas or waiting for Yoshi Touch or another killer app to come out. So yeah, it's going to be good. But right now, I'm going to
If you want more information or opinions on the Nintendo DS, you can go to thescreensavers.com.
You can check out our DS Day website /DS Day. But you really need to check out what Kevin Rose is cooking over here.
You need to come over here. We're getting a little geeky.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Okay, so you have Wi-Fi at home, right?
I do.
You have protected.
I'm all secured 128-bit, and I limit access by MAC address.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Kevin Mitnick's shaking his head. No, you're not secure.
No, of course not.
He's going to take you over.
Never is.
Well, the problem is that with Wi-Fi, it kind of spills out onto the street. It can spill over in the neighbor's house. I live in an apartment complex. I can get like 7 or 8 of my neighbor's Wi-Fi internet access. And the problem with that is that when it spills out like that, people can jump on your Wi-Fi access point, or they can hack your Wi-Fi access point. They can get on there. They can do P2P applications. They can get you in a lot of trouble.
Right, because no amount of encryption matters, right?
Well, there's certain applications that you can crack it with, and then you're pretty much as vulnerable as anybody else. But what we have today is I have some paint that we found online.
All right.
And it's basically, we're going to apply 2 or 3 coats of this, and this is Wi-Fi dampening paint. So that what it is take a look here at the diagram we have. Supposedly this is how it works. Once you paint your walls, it limits the Wi-Fi from escaping your house if you paint all the house.
You're wafting that can in front of my nose,
pretty
and I'm
nasty.
getting dizzy.
So basically it works like a Faraday cage. There's bits of metal that are inside. Yeah, it's pretty
that's potent stuff.
Here, let me show you. Let me show you how this works here. There's bits of metal that are inside the paint that act like a Faraday cage that actually block the signal. So you take it and you just apply it inside. You pretty much don't have a whole lot of choice as far as color goes because you're putting bits of metal on your wall.
Right.
And I wouldn't put
causing birth defects.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't put this in the little kids' room.
Yeah.
Definitely don't do that.
Don't paint the nursery.
But what we've done, let me actually show you what the little bits look like. This here is what the powder looks like.
And what are these little bits? It's bits of copper?
It's copper and a couple other metals here, and you can notice I'm running a magnet underneath it, and you can see kind of how it's shimmering there. So it's all different types of metal that are on here. And
creepy from any camera angle.
Yeah, and you don't want to breathe this stuff in. We spilled some earlier, and everyone kind of like ran for cover because you're breathing in bits of metal. So what we did is I have a laptop here. This is a little phone booth that we've constructed and coated with like I believe 4 applications of the paint.
And the recommendation's like 3. So
2 to 3, something like that. And so we went the extra mile and did 4 on here. And so we've coated the entire outside, and then inside is basically a little compartment for me to hang out. I'm going to take my laptop in there, and we have NetStumbler running. So it's basically going to show you our connection rate to the access point. So go ahead and shut me in.
Close you here, so we can see real time the data.
Real time, yeah.
All right, I'm going to lock you in there. Rose.
So shut me in here.
Well, as good as it can be. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Go ahead and shut it all the way.
You got it.
There we go. Okay. So,
oh, I touched the paint. I touched the paint, Rose.
Go wash your hands. We're looking, actually, I do see kind of a little bit of a drop here. We're seeing about a 30% drop in signal strength compared to when I was outside.
All right, so it only took was 4 coats to drop it 30%. So if we line our house with buckets of this stuff, perhaps it would be effective.
That's the problem. The problem with this, sorry, I hope I didn't
and I just touched the paint again.
Stop touching
the paint. Why don't you paint the hand? Well, you painted the one place I can possibly
lick your fingers after this. So here's the problem. The only problem with this is, you notice it dipped down there.
Yes.
I don't know if it's worth buying, because the problem is the cost on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking $98 a gallon for the paint.
Yeah. And is it really practical to spend that much money to paint a wall at your house? I mean, if you're that worried about security, why not switch to what, Ethernet perhaps?
Yeah,
or something where no one can
Or build a copper cage inside your house so that, you know...
To go with your tinfoil hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at that point, you're crazy.
You are crazy. But it's a little pricey. It did do a nice little drop, which I'm actually pretty stoked about. The fact that it worked. Also, one last quick thing. If you don't want to go out and buy the gallons of paint, they have the additive. This is the additive here. You just add this to any gallon of paint. And,
so conceivably use whatever color you want.
Whatever color you want, but it's going to color it something because there's bits of metal in here. And it's like a gray, so
my hand is burning, by the way.
Yes, go wash your hands.
Yes, thank you.
More information on Wi-Fi paint. You can get the links in our show notes at thescreensavers.com.
That's right. And the paint does not cause birth defects, by the way, as far as we know. I need to come up with another excuse.
Copper and iron and a couple other things.
All right, stay where you are. We'll be reading some emails, and Sarah will bring you the action from our IRC chat room if it gets unmoderated when the Screensavers continues. Yes, do not forget to send in those pictures from the Anti-Fan Site Toolkit. I don't think we actually need to remind them.
I am so excited about seeing what you guys come up with those pictures and the animated
Me
GIFs.
too. And we will show them on air. We'll show not my favorites because I probably won't like any of them, but we'll show everybody else's favorites on air just to spite me.
Right. And
It'll
now, Sarah?
Yeah.
Sarah's been in our RSC chat room, and do you have questions, Sarah?
I do. I have questions, a little of everything, but we'll start with a chat question from Aries JJ. Hello, how are you, Aries? He says, okay, so how can one, meaning him, broadcast a DVD from his computer to multiple TVs without the use of additional computers?
That's a good question. That is an excellent question. If his monitor has a DVI out, he can go the long cable route. They do sell...
I would just go for cables.
Well, yeah, they do sell RF devices, and you'll have to Google because I'm sure they come up with new ones all the time. They do sell RF devices that will broadcast the signal from any standard VGA out or RCA out to a TV. You will lose quality and you will lose sound quality as well, and it doesn't work so well through walls without a repeater. But they do sell devices that do that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because of the degradation in sound and video, I wouldn't go for that. If you want to do that many monitors and TVs, I just say stick the cable in. Find a router that you can actually split the cables, and that's another option.
Yeah. I mean, there are devices
exactly
out
what
there.
he's trying to do.
There are devices out there. It depends. You gotta know the logistics. Sarah, I don't know if you have one more.
Next one from the forums from Tom D. Cat. He says, all of a sudden, my second hard drive is not showing up in Explorer, but it shows up under disk management. I have data on that drive. What do I do?
Oh, man. Well, 10 seconds to answer that question, Dr. Rose. Any tips on that one?
That's it. Go to ontrack.com. They have some data recovery software. Also, download.com, type in data recovery. You'll find some stuff there.
And he got it in under 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for this edition of the Screensavers. I am Kevin Pereira.
I'm Sheila Leah. Thanks for watching. We'd like to thank our guest, Kevin Mitnick. See you next time. Have a great night.
Take care, everyone.
I hate Adam Sessler.